right now and say, I want Josh Taylor and get the Josh Taylor fight because he's Adrian. That's it. So anybody on that pipeline right now, that's a big deal.
I talked to Zach, but the same day that James Tony came in to sign the contract.
Wow.
So I'm talking to Bobo on the phones like this. Look, I got Zab on one phone, I got James on one phone.
He's gonna beat Sean. Everybody listen, he's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean.
Mike Lewis is the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yo, welcome to Let's Talk Sports Show. We got a lot to get into. I'm gonna just give a bunch of hot takes today and we'll go from there. We got a lot to get into. Last night. Oh yeah, before we even get started, if you have not done it before, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok is all under AK the Apostle or Let's Talk Sports, y'all. And also, if you're looking for firearms training, on self-defense training, you can use my discount code for Champions Firearm Services and the hashtag LTSY. Register at www.champsfs.org. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into it, man. Last night there was I'm going to start with the WNBA because the WNBA finals was last night. And the New York Liberty was crowned the champions, and nothing but love for Stewie, nothing but love for Sabrina. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. If y'all in Minnesota feel away, I understand. Because I personally believe that, congrats to the champions, but yeah, it was kind of hijacked last night. You know what I mean? It was kind of crazy to see games. When you got two teams battling and they banging and they going back and forth, and it's a rough, rugged battle. The call should be close to balance. I get it. The home team going to get the lion's share, but gracious, last night it was. And then that last call at the end, when they went under the hood, she comes down the court, Stewie goes up, Lionel Smith goes straight in the air, and clearly, we look at the replay 50 times, you can barely see any kind of contact, and they go underneath the hood, and he says his explanation for keeping the foul call was she wasn't in an established position. She wasn't trying to take a charge. That part didn't make sense, but at the end of the day, congratulations, New York. It was a star-studded affair. All the big dogs is in the building. Breonna Stewart got her third championship, and now Jonquel Jones got her MVP. Got her MVP, finals MVP. And now a rough, rugged season for the WNBA has finally come to a close. They finally got a champion and all that. But like I say, Minnesota, if y'all fell away, I'm not mad at you. Because that was kind of you know what I mean? We're gonna get into the NFL today. We got a lot of hot topics to get into. We're gonna get into NFL today. Boxing, the DC and all y'all. We'll get to the boxing talks tomorrow. We'll do a deep dive into boxing tomorrow. But today we're gonna celebrate the WNBA champions as well as we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna talk about what went on in NFL. Like right now. So was Ernie right about Purdy? That's where y'all want to start at? Shucks. The question gonna get asked. It get glossed over. Has the NFL caught up with the Brock Purdy? I wasn't gonna start there, but that's what they asking me in the audience. So has the NFL caught up with Brock Purdy? It's hard to say it didn't, because over these past few weeks, he's getting a whole lot more picks. He definitely made some real questionable passes yesterday that his defense was doing good enough to keep them in the game, and there was a few drives that went down there, and it was like, I don't even know who he like Tommy was like, I don't even know who he was throwing the ball to. So has the NFL caught up with Brock Purdy? I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. No touchdown passes. He only got sacked once. What up, Mia? We got a lot to get into. We still gotta do our sit down show, but we got a lot to get into. But yeah, has the NFL caught up with Brock Purdy? I okay. Here's the only caveat I'm gonna give you. He was out there, John, without his whole receiver core. The entire receiver core was out. Debo was sick. I don't know what that is, but Debo was sick. Juwan Jennings was hurt. Ayuk got knocked out the game. So I mean, he was out there with all backups. But he did get down the field, and like I said, he threw the pick in the end zone. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to really sit back. I got love for Brock Purdy. So I mean, I'm not trying to shower down on him, but he is having man, yeah. I mean, it happens though. It happens though. All quarterbacks go through it. You know, you could come out and you can be hot for a long stretch of time and you can light up the league and do all these wonderful things, and then you have that season where it just seems like they on to everything you do. And I think he's the quarterback that can go through a rough patch and then find a way to get back his niche. I still think he's a good quarterback, but is he having a rough year and a rough patch? Yeah, 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 yeah. And since we on that game, you know, Kansas City goes on to be 6-0. And a lot of people are very critical of Patrick Mahomes right now because his numbers ain't what they normally would be or what you would think somebody of his caliber would be. And the same thing they're doing with Travis Kelce. But we have to look at the optics for what it is. Yesterday he showed y'all he's gonna do whatever he got to do just to secure the W. You know what I mean? He's doing what he got to do to secure the W and keep himself healthy and keep his team afloat as they go through a bevy of injuries. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Kansas City, as well as Ayuk was out, Debo was out, Patrick Mahomes' whole starting receiver core, Rice, Hollywood Brown, Juju, his whole receiver core is out as well. See what I'm saying? So, and like I say, with all them injuries, starting running back, with all the injuries, they still 6-0 because Pat just does what he got to do to win the game. Like if he takes off running, he's not going to fight for them extra yards and risk getting hurt. He's going to go down. That's what champions do. He has a champion's mentality. Pat on something different. Pat not looking at everybody that's talking about his stats ain't this and that. He's not competing with the rest of the quarterbacks in the league right now, man. He's looking at Joe Montana. He's looking at Tom. He's competing with them. He ain't competing with nobody that's in the league right now. So you can yell about his stats ain't this, that, and the third. That's not what he on right now. He trying to be the first quarterback to ever three-peat. You know what I mean? And right now, ain't nobody showing me that they're not going to do it again. You know, but it's early. It's 6-0. It's 6-0. On the flip side, on the NFC side, Detroit. Detroit beat Minnesota and Minnesota coming off a bye. That's crazy work. And don't get it twisted. It was a great game, but the way Detroit moving right now, Jamal Gibbs, 2 touchdowns. St. Brown did his thing. They haven't even been using Laporta like that. I know because he's my fantasy tight end. But yeah, they haven't even been using Laporta like that. And they still got it done, and they took over the lead in the division. And Detroit Detroit doing their numbers. And they only loss is the Tampa Bay, who plays Baltimore tonight, which is a very interesting game in itself. You know, this is one of those weird years, even though it's a lot of new teams or some teams that's sprouting up and looking good. It's still teams like Kansas City who's just sitting around doing their thing. But right now, the NFC North is definitely the best division in football. You know, it's definitely the best division in football because Like, Green Bay, they put the belt on the Houston Texans yesterday, who Minnesota put the belt on. So right now the NFC North looking like the best division in the league. You know what I mean? The NFC North look like the best division in the league, and yeah, let's look through it. Because they're the only division in the league where everybody got a winning record. Detroit 5-1, Minnesota 5-1, Green Bay 5-2, Chicago 4-2. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay looking halfway decent, depends on what happened tonight. Seattle is in first place, a whole game in front of the 49ers. Crazy. Seattle beat Atlanta yesterday. They smashed Atlanta yesterday. Man, now let's get to the Sunday night game and Mr. Aaron Rodgers and whatever the debacle is that's going on with the Jets, which I want to talk about today. Talk to me in the comment section. But with all that got done, Devontae Adams was in the building. Yeah, Garrett Anderson. You got the two Hall, Reese Hall and the other young man. You got everything you need, but yet they are still throwing interceptions. They still got blown out. So let me say this. Aaron Rodgers has had a great career. Hall of Fame. He got a chip, all of that. But it's over. And I said this a long time ago. I said this last year before he got hurt. I said this after the Detroit game, the game in Lambeau. Hey, man, I send you the link if you want to pop up. Daniels better be ready for them Bears next week. I think they sat him yesterday for safety purposes. But like I told all these people before, I ain't no hater. I see the young man as the goods. He the truth. But they going to have to save him from himself. You know what I mean? Because like the play where he hurt his ribs, he didn't have the, you know what I mean? The fighting for the extra yards, you got to stop doing that, brother. You're not going to survive in this league with them big boys, landing on you, dumping you on your shoulder and your neck, man. You just got to take the slide and live to play another play. You too valuable to the team to be getting hurt fighting for extra yardage. It's just they got to save him from him and stop. In some of these plays, you might have to just say, all right, we want to save these plays for when we absolutely need them. Because like I'm saying, some of them plays, I mean, no disrespect, but you're playing Carolina. You don't need some of this extra stuff you ain't had to do. But however, they 5-2. They look good. I can't wait to see the battle of the rookies next week. I'm definitely all in for that game. I can't wait to see Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels duel it out. And then I think it's a dandy of a game, and I can't wait to see. But at the same time, like I told Washington, don't RG3 this kid. You got to save him from himself. Real. They definitely dropped another 40 burger. The offense is flowing. They doing their thing. They doing their thing. But you're gonna need this kid for the long haul, not just this year. You're gonna need this kid for years to come. So you got to, hey bro, slide. Get your 10 yards, slide. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't want to see it end that way. I don't want to see him get hurt or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's me being a fan of another team that y'all know don't like y'all. But I'm gonna keep it a bean. But that game right there next week, I'm all in. I'm getting the popcorn and the chicken fried. Matter of fact, I hope that's a 4:00 game. That shouldn't be. I hope they don't 1:00 that game. Hope they don't 1:00 that game. What time is that game? Oh yeah, 4:25. Oh yeah, we good. 4:25. We good. We bumping. That's gonna be a dandy of a game. That's gonna be a dandy of a game, man. Because quiet as it kept, as dominant and as great as Jalen's been playing, if Caleb was to pull it off, this rookie of the year race might get hot. Might get hot. You know what I'm saying? They both doing good. They both doing good ball. So what they say, man, they really going in on Purdy. Nah, they can't win without Daniels. Nah. The element he brings to the team, you know, I mean, Marcus Mariota is still serviceable. Don't get me wrong. He showed that yesterday. He's still serviceable. He still got a lot of things, but he's not as fast as Daniels, and he's not as accurate as Daniels. You know what I mean? He's not as fast or accurate. So yeah, the Bears gonna be ready for Marcus Mariota. But we need. But they said it wasn't nothing major with his injury. At least that's what his mother tweeted. Said it wasn't no major injury with him. You know, wasn't no major injury with that. So, like I said, the battle of the rookies next week at 425. Ayuk is done for the year. Hold on, that can't be. Hold on, I need to fact check that, y'all. I need to fact check yet. Where are they getting that from? Where are they getting that from? I need the fact that Ayuk done for the year? Nah, I don't want to. I need to make sure that's accurate. Let me go to the Twitter line now. Let me go to the Twitter line now. I need to see if that's true. I see Jaden Daniels. I don't see nothing but Ayuk. Oh, I don't see nothing but Ayuk, y'all. Where y'all getting that from? Where y'all getting that from, though? Y'all done stop my whole show with this Ayuk stuff. Ooh. All right, so it's not confirmed, but they say that he has a ligament damage, and it's a MCL or ACL. Not confirmed though. Woo! But injuries are mounting up for a lot of teams. But if they do lose Ayuk for the year, that's a major loss. She said they've been going without Christian McCaffrey for most of the year. I mean, it happens. Yeah, possible ACL not confirmed. Yeesh. 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 Like I said, I ain't no hater. Man. I mean, I don't want to see people. I don't want you to lose just because your star players is out for the year and all that kind of stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Even if I don't like your team, I don't want you to go out like that. But it happens. Everybody go through it. We got one more game tonight, and which is a dandy of a game. I don't know which way to pick this one, but both of them need it. And because with Pittsburgh winning last night, they 5-2, so Baltimore need this game. And actually, it looked like Tampa Bay can just no, they don't, because they got Atlanta next week. Okay. So Tampa Bay need this game too. So this tonight should be a real dandy of a game. But I don't have a pick. It could go either way. Speaking of injuries, man, I need the injury bug to get away. I need the injury bug to get away from my fantasy team, because I mean I got more injuries. I got more people on the sideline than I got that can play. My whole team banged up. All you see on my bench is O's and IR. Ain't fair, but I tell y'all what, if I make the playoffs and my team get help there, everybody in trouble. I got a mob. Did Russ in the QB debate in Pittsburgh? Did he? Let me look at that. Did he? I wasn't I mean, maybe he was rusty. Maybe Russ was rusty, but some of those passes they didn't look that good to me. They didn't look that good to me. I mean, but Rodgers still looked terrible. 2 touchdowns, no picks. All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say Russell did. I'm gonna say he did. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Ran for a touchdown. George Pickens finally had his best game of the year. All right, I'm a roll with Russ. I'm a roll with Russ. You know, and Justin Fields even admitted that, you know, he wanted he was cool with Russ taking over. You know, some things that he left over. I mean, you don't know. They got a good defense. They let him get the kinks out last night while AR went through whatever he went through. Now, this has got to be, listen, AR had a good career, but this is it. And I said this last year. I said Aaron Rodgers was done after his last game in Green Bay. Before he got hurt his first game in Jets and before this debacle of a year that he's having right now, I said he's done. It's clearly done. I don't want to hear nothing about no O-line. Everybody online today trying to give him bail money. I don't want to hear nothing about the O-line. I don't want to hear it. Because the only reason they not respecting your O-line and they loading that line of scrimmage the way they are because they don't respect you no more. That's the bottom line. Because you had Garrett Wilson out there, you got Devontae Adams out there, you got Lazard out there. You know what I'm saying? You got the weapons, 2 good running backs. There's no reason why you shouldn't be at least competing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You kept Pittsburgh in the game last night, and then when they turned up, they turned the lights out. You couldn't score another point. Score was 15-6. You ain't scored another point. They ran off 31 straight. The man done. It's over. The Jets, now this is an example of teams that just went through. I mean, they did it all, baby. You traded for Devontae, you finally played Hassan Riddick. It ain't there. It ain't there. 2-5 it is. 2-5 it is. You know what I mean? 2-5 it is. 2-5 it is. Once again, if you just tapped in, we just going over a bevy of topics. Last night in the WNBA, the New York Liberty became the 2024 world champions. I felt Minnesota got a job, but at the same time, I'm gonna give a congrats because I do got major love for Stewie, John Quell, who got Finals MVP, and I got love for him, but just them calls, man, I don't like them calls. But it is what it is. The confetti fell in New York. The place was packed. Stars was in the building. And Spike Lee was all on all that when it looked like they was about to lose. Spike Lee was all on his knees on the side of the court and everything. I'm like, man, get on, man. But hey, it's over. I got a rant at the end of the day, about some of this, some of these guys that's been at Angel Reese head, like Joe Budden and Eric Spears and all that. But we're gonna touch that at the end. In the boxing world, our boxing talks, we're gonna do boxing talks tomorrow, but just to touch real quick, Tim Tzysu got demolished in a surprising upset, at least to some of us. Some people say they knew this guy was that strong, but Tim Tzysu got demolished, knocked down 6 times, stopped in the second round, completely dismantled. And where he go from there, don't really know. And what's next for this guy who did this to Tim Tzysu? Because now he the new hot ticket at 154, just by demolishing Timmy. So it's a lot to bust down in that division. When we'll get to, like I said, tomorrow we'll get into Tim Tzysu, we'll get into the guy that knocked him out, we'll get into, what Bud should do next, what Majimov should do next, what Earl should do next, what Fundora should do next. We'll get into all of that tomorrow. You know what I mean? And also shout out to Gary Antonio Russell, who had a 4th round KO in his comeback fight yesterday. I mean, on that same card, shout out to him and all the Russell brothers and all that. And we'll get into the whole Lamont Roach, Gary Russell Jr. thing tomorrow too. We'll get into all of that. But today we're going to focus on the NFL, the WNBA, and all that's going on with that. You know what I mean? What? Well, I'm glad they got his paper. The hit was dirty. That wasn't no dirty hit on Ayuk. Nah, that wasn't no dirty hit. That wasn't no dirty hit on Ayuk. You know, I mean, it was a play on the ball. It's a play on the ball. That wasn't a dirty hit. Y'all doing too much. Y'all dragging it. Y'all dragging it, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dragging it, man. That wasn't no dirty hit. Matter of fact, come on, man. Come on the show with all that. Sending me all these messages. You know what I mean? I don't think it was a dirty hit, though. I honestly don't. I don't think it was a dirty hit by Ayuk. On Ayuk, I mean. I think it was a legit hit. And like I say, right now, I'm highly impressed by what Detroit did yesterday. Green Bay is seemingly is scary as well. Like I said, the NFC North look like they're right now head and shoulders above everybody else as a total division. You know what I mean? As a total division, NFC North look like they head and shoulders above everybody, and Detroit right now look like the best team in the NFC. Period. You know what I mean? Bar none. You know what I mean? But you know, it's a long season. But like I said, Detroit looked like it looked like they head and shoulders above everything else. I didn't expect them to go out there and just light up Minnesota like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Minnesota was due for a wake up call. But yeah. But right now, the NFC, like I said, the NFC North look like they are the whole division got to win a record. The worst record in the division is 4-2. So, eh. So can we still stop this Brock Purdy as the top tier quarterback? I mean, he looking shaky right now. But you're not gonna get. I mean, so you're not gonna give him somewhat of a pass because his whole core was out yesterday. Everybody, Debo, Jennings, Ayuk, everybody was out. The whole unit was out. He playing with all backups. I mean, and all right. And matter of fact, isn't this just his third year? Isn't this Brock Purdy third season? So he's been in the league 3 years. I say you gotta give him. I mean, he not even off his rookie tenure. I say give him a pass. You know, sometimes the league catch up with you. I do think the league is catching up with some of the stuff he's doing, and now he like with most Burrow had to deal with way worse. Like what? Burrow had to now. What I would say to Burrow. Ooh, he average at best. He average at best. He's average at best, though. I look, man. Listen, we gotta stop this, y'all. Like, here's my issue. Are we talking stats? Are we talking stats, or are we just talking about because I mean, wasn't Brock Purdy just in the Super Bowl? Brock Purdy was just in the Super Bowl. The year before that, he was in the championship game. So he doing something. He doing something right. This year, yeah, they on his line. No question about it. They on his line this year. He's looked horrible. You know what I mean? And he looked bad against the Cardinals. He looked bad, yet he looked horrible yesterday. You know what I mean? I'll say this. He need everything to be right. Like he need McCaffrey. He need McCaffrey. He need the whole works in order to do his thing. But that's a lot of quarterbacks. This is when they need him, when all the supporters hurt facts. But it's only his third year. It's only his third. It take a lot of maturity. Like beyond, okay, let's look at both teams on the Brock had the best defense and one of the best O-line, best running backs and offense as a whole. Okay, he did what he's supposed to do with it. He went to the show. If I got all of this, I did what I was supposed to do to it. With it, I went to the show. He went to the show. You know what I mean? When you say somebody got this top tier, that, I did what I was supposed to do with him. And I drove down the field and put my team in the lead, in the bowl. No. Jimmy did what? Jimmy did what? And did what Jimmy did. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The game went to overtime, my guy. The game went to overtime. He drove down the field. There was a miscue on the third down. They kicked the field goal. That his team is in the lead in overtime. The only thing they got to do to be world champions is get Patrick Mahomes off the field without scoring. You can't blame him that Mahomes went forward on fourth down twice. But at the end of the day, hold on, though, sir. Let me ask you a question. Did he give his team the lead in overtime in the Super Bowl? Yes or no? I'm waiting. Did he give his team the lead in overtime in the Super Bowl or no? He ain't go 3 and out. He ain't turned the ball over. He went down the field. They took the lead. Why are you making all the? I'm not making excuses. I'm talking facts. Hold on, Chant. Listen to me. It's facts. All right, look. He said, what he say? I'm asking you again. Did Brock Purdy? Okay, now we talking. Yes, but you hit Debo on that open TD in the fourth. It don't go to OT. Okay. So that make you buns? That make you trash? That make you trash. All I'm saying is this. In his second year as a starting quarterback in the league, he went to the Super Bowl. The game went to overtime. He drove the field. His team was in the lead in the Super Bowl. We give people praise that can't get there. Okay, he's not a guy that can get you to win. Let me ask you a question. Game manager? He's not a game manager. We're not even going to go down that road again. He's not a game manager. We're not going down this road. No, it's called stop overrating him. Okay, now listen. Now that's valid. If you want to say, do I put him up there with the top tier quarterbacks in the league? Nah. But very few can do. It's on. I'm gonna say this one time. It's only one Patrick Mahomes, cuz it's only one. It's only one Patrick Mahomes in this league right now. Very few can do what he's doing right now. Very few, if any, other could do what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? That man was on the field yesterday, his whole starting receiving core out and his starting running back. None of them was on the field, and he's still 6-0. So does Jared Goff win? Yeah, Jared Goff wins with that team. Jared Goff better than him. Yeah, Jared Goff. Yeah, listen. Jared Goff started out rocky. So this is now. Okay, you know what? I'm glad you brought up Jared Goff. Now let's look at this. Jared Goff started off shaky in the beginning of his career, right? Now they built the same similar. They did the same similar formula with the Rams. They built this dream team around him. He got to the Super Bowl, lost to Tom and them, right? Right. The team gave up on him. They gave up on him. Shipped them to Detroit. Bought Matthew Stafford in. He spun the block and was really. And if it wasn't for Dan Campbell going for 54th downs, they should have been in the Super Bowl last year. So yeah, Jared Goff wins with that team. Jared Goff should have won that game if Dan Campbell would have kicked the field goals instead of going for a 4th down 50 times. He still would have lost the Patrick Mahomes, though. He still would have lost the Mahomes, but hey, yeah, Jared Goff is vicious. Every quarterback got the same problem, man. Can y'all beat that boy when the lights come on? That's what's gonna happen. And if nothing changed, I think they might three-peat. So that's what that looked like. But nah, I mean, we can let Brock Purdy go. What else you want to talk about, King Gabbett? I'm done with this Brock Purdy thing. What else y'all want to pop off about? I'm lit off this. What y'all want to pop off about? And what's crazy is this. As bad as they looked yesterday and as banged up as they are right now, I bet $1 to a dime they blow the Cowboys out next Sunday night. Watch Dak go out there and lay an egg. See what I'm saying? We pounding on Brock Purdy. Look at that. Watch. We're gonna be talking about it. Watch. You hear me? Watch. You watch. Mr. Prescott, man. He look, listen to me. He has not had a good game against the 49ers in years. He has not had a good game against the 49ers in years. You hear me? In years. But okay, everybody, what's your prediction for next week? What do y'all think is gonna happen in the Rookie Bowl between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams? Man, we got Troy Aikman on TV shows blaming CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? But again, let we talk about Dallas some other time. What about the Rookie Bowl? What y'all think about the Rookie Bowl? Caleb wins 20-17. You wildin'. I don't think nobody held them. I don't think nobody held the Commanders to 17 points all year long. What are you talking about? Who you think on the Bears team? You hating. You hating. You want the Bears to win because you want Philly to have first place. Whoever stops the run will win. The Bears defense is nasty. Am I missing something? The Bears defense is nasty. What? You know what I'm saying? What up, Deontay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. Some of y'all want to pop up. 27. Oh, you a Bears fan? Omar, you a Bears fan? You a Bears fan, man? I forgot who you say you're a fan of. I think you might. Dang, why y'all? They just scored 40 yesterday. How y'all just gonna write them boys off like that? I ain't gonna lie. I favor the Commanders in this game. I favor the Commanders in this game. They have a thing for beating the Bears. They got a thing for beating the Bears. No matter who play for them, who with them, they always find a way to smack up the Bears. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Commanders on this joint. Matter of fact, who Philadelphia play next week? I'm gonna look at that too. Who Philly got next week? Daniel's banged up. He's not that banged up, y'all. He's not that banged up, y'all. That's what we're not gonna do. We ain't gonna start that. I think they held him out yesterday for safety purposes. But I do think they're gonna have to switch up how they use them. That's the link for somebody that want to pop in. Omar Delonte. Oh. Mm-hmm. Sweat getting his revenge next week. I mean, I thought he wanted to be traded last year. Oh, I got you. I was just giving y'all an opportunity in case y'all want to pop in and talk your stuff. Sweat, but I thought Sweat wanted to be traded. I could be wrong. What? But yay, man. I don't know. The 20-17, that 20-17 sound crazy to me. That 20-17 sound crazy to me, though. I ain't gonna hold it. All right. Oh, y'all got the Bengals? Oh, man. So dang, son, we gonna be in bad shape. We lose to the 49ers next week. We be 3-4. Y'all gonna be 5-2. Commanders possibly be 6-2. Shucks. So it's do or die next week for us. And I think we done. I think we good and cooked. Yep. I think we good and cooked. You hear me? But I've been saying all year that it's gonna come down to in the NFC East, it's gonna come down to the Eagles and the Commanders. So as that develops, that's gonna be interesting. 3 warm-ups. Yeah, I did see their schedule yesterday. My friend, let me see who. Let me look at that Philly schedule. Let me look at that Philly schedule real quick. Facts. Listen, we've identified enough that to know that Jerry just we're not getting no wild card spot this year. We might, but what's the point? I mean, that's pointless. That's pointless. You know what I mean? A wild card spot just to get dismantled in the playoffs and go through the same thing. The point is we have no shot at achieving anything this year. No shot. Or even making us think we got a shot. You know what I'm saying? We got a shot at making us think we got a shot. You feel me? That part. So let me see Philly. Let me go through this Philly joint. So Philly got and the Jaguars. Us. Then the Commanders. Shucks. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Then they got us right after they got us after they got Jaguars. So they coming to us red hot. They coming to Dallas red hot. They're gonna spank Cincinnati. They're gonna spank the Jaguars. They're gonna come to us good and hot. That's true. Now you know what? Now we had no shade, Washington. But a few years ago, we had the opportunity to be the first team to have the first division to have all 4 teams make the playoffs. And y'all messed that up. But okay. But anywho, yeah, it's a good possibility all 4 of them teams, unless Chicago fall back. I think Green Bay's definitely going. I think Minnesota's definitely going, and so is Detroit. So them 3 are definitely going. You can book them, barring any major injuries. All 3 of them are going. But Chicago, I'm on the fence about. They might not make the dance. They may not make the dance, which would be bad for Caleb Wynn, but they might not make the band. I don't see Minnesota finishing out strong enough to make it. They 5-1. What are you talking about? They're 5-1. They 5-1, bro. There ain't enough good teams in the league to make them not make it, unless like they get a major injury, like Justin Jefferson or somebody like that getting hurt. They 5-1. What don't you see? What? Hey, bro, come on, man. You wilding. They 5-1, bro. I agree. They can't keep that up with Donald. Keep what up? They lost. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. They lost 1 game to the team that was a couple plays from going to the Super Bowl. You feel me? And it came down to a last second field goal, 31-29. They wasn't like they got out there and got mopped. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they got the Rams next week. Well, they got the Rams on Thursday. They was like, what with Kirk? Yeah, Kirk got hurt. So they got the Rams. Watch this. So they got the Rams. I think they beat the Rams. The Rams is in the Ram unless they finally let Cooper Cup play, which that night ain't even be good enough. But I think they get the Rams. They beat Indianapolis. Then they got Jacksonville and Tennessee. Them wins, bro. Them wins. So they could possibly win 3. They can win 4 straight or 3 out of the next 4. Even if they win 3 out of the next 4, that puts them at 8-2. See what I'm saying? Donald and Purdy on the same level. Fine, but Purdy made it to a Super Bowl, bro. Subpar level and all. He made it to the bowl. You know what I'm saying? And Minnesota got a real good defense. You feel me? So even with that being said, him and Purdy being on the same level and all of that, he still, you know what I mean? He still was able to do his thing. You feel me? Facts. He did. 49ers carried him to the bowl. '49ers carried Brock Purdy to the bowl. '49ers carried Brock Purdy to the bowl. Let me look at something here. I don't know why we got back on Brock Purdy. But since we're here, let's take a look at some stuff. Since y'all want to play this game, I like facts. That's the game I like to play. I like facts. Okay. See, I like facts. Now, he threw one interception the whole playoff run. The entire playoff run, he threw one pick. Nope. One pick, no fumbles. They scored 34. All right. I don't love Purdy. I ain't no Purdy fan. But I mean, when people, when you shoot at somebody, I give everybody their fair shake. You know what I mean? We too hard on some of these people. You know what I mean? Yeah. But my question for people it is, listen, I don't know what it is about sports fans that want everybody to be a hero. Listen, everybody don't have to carry a busted up, broken down team to a championship in order to get their props. Sometimes to get your props, you got to do what you're supposed to do with a vicious roster. It's part of sports. Everybody don't got to carry a busted team to a championship in order to get their goods. Why do everybody want people to do that? Oh my God, he only good because he got this person. And then when somebody trash, man, he ain't trash because he ain't got this and he ain't got that. What good? Like you was giving Aaron Rodgers bail money last night. You know what I mean? And he had his core was better than Brock Purdy's core yesterday. Got the same result. Talk to me, player. Only Mahomes and Brady in recent times was taking trash weapons to the ball. Exactly. The two best. Not many people can do it. Yeah, CJ Stroud did struggle yesterday, but I'm not going to use that Nico Collins, even though Nico Collins my fantasy receiver. Good, but I'm not going to use that because you still have Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon. You feel me? And CJ looked bad yesterday, but I'm not going to use the fact that he just didn't have Nico Collins. No. You still got valid. And I think CJ Stroud, I'm not coming for CJ. And I think CJ Stroud is the truth. He got packed up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay looked the goods. You know what I'm saying? He got packed up yesterday. But like I said, very few quarterbacks can do it without the red carpet. Very few. Like look at Baker Mayfield. This is the best Baker Mayfield ever looked. Of course, he got seasoned receivers that know how to do their thing. Could we take Baker Mayfield and put him on a regular team and he look like this? Probably not. But that's not a slight. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you got the players. Who's your Super Bowl matchup from what you've seen so far? The Super Bowl matchup, I definitely think Kansas City, when the smoke clears, somehow, some way, Kansas City is going to represent the AFC. And right now, just right now, Detroit looked the best. But I'm looking to see Baker cooking, so he need to get Brock Purdy love. He can get Brock Purdy love. He cooking. Tonight we're gonna see if he cooking. We're gonna see if he cooking tonight. You know what I mean? They beat Baltimore, we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if Baker's cooking. Let's see if he a prince or a pumpkin. But in the NFC, see, here's the thing I see in the NFC. Detroit definitely looked formidable. They definitely picked up where they left off last year. They definitely formidable. I don't believe Minnesota is gonna do. They're gonna look good. They're gonna be a playoff team. But do I think Minnesota can make it to the show? No, I don't think Minnesota can make it to the show. I think eventually Sam Darnold will be their undoing when the lights come on. See what I'm saying? Right now, he can do enough to, keep him shining, get into the playoffs and all that. But I think eventually Sam Darnold is going to do what Sam Darnold do, and that's fold. But just because the 49 is 3-4, don't throw dirt on them yet. You know what I mean? If they get in the playoffs, they still a team that none of them teams in the playoffs want to see come to their house. Same thing with Philadelphia. Philadelphia is also another team that can be very dangerous. Yep. It did. But like I said, they looking good. They got a good running game. Jared Goff playing sound football. They got a real opportunistic secondary. They can bang with anybody. Detroit gonna be in the thick of things come playoff time. But McCaffrey is coming back. He'll be back. But right now, even with everything being bad, they're only one game behind the Seattle, and they own Seattle. So I'm saying they own Seattle. So they one game behind Seattle. It's nothing for them to come back and steal that division at the end of the year. You know what I mean? So, like I said, they're struggling right now, but I wouldn't throw dirt on the 49ers just yet. And like I said, it's hard to say what Philadelphia's doing. Yep. What it do? Hell to the Commanders. Good bump, son. Y'all got a big game next week. I'm going to tune in, fry the chicken, see the battle of the rookies. No Ayuk now, though. They'll hurt even though he struggled this season. To be honest with you, though, let me tell you, see, this is a good thing about this is the thing about Kyle Shanahan, though, bro. He knows how to. If he can't do it without all three of his receivers, but if he got at least two of them, if he got Debo and Jennings, they good. You know what I mean? They're gonna use. You're gonna see George Kittle get a whole lot more because George Kittle just be blocking, but George Kittle is literally the second best tight end in the league. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? If this year he could be the best tight end in the league if he chooses, you know what I mean? If they choose to use him that way, he just do whatever the team asks him to do. But George Kittle can get busy if they need him. You know what I'm saying? So you got Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey be back. They still here, bro. They not done. And like I said, they only one game back. At 3-4, they one game back of the division. They still in the thick of things. You know what I'm saying? So all they got to do is get to the playoffs, and they still a problem. It's still a problem. They ain't no team that nobody you want to look coming to your stadium on no. Too bad Purdy can't get busy. Yeah. But see, Kyle can work around that. You know what I mean? Kyle is the king. One thing about them Shanahans, they will develop a run game. You know what I'm saying? They will develop a run game. He will find a way. Kyle will find a way. So, like I said, right now, Detroit look the best. Detroit does look like the best team in the NFC, but again, I'm not going to come playoff time. I'm not throwing dirt on the 49ers and the Eagles just yet. Kyle can't work around it too much. I mean, brother, they've been to the Super Bowl twice. They've been to the championship game 4 times. I mean, he finds a way to get them there. So I mean, that's why I'm saying that teams like that find a way, bro. Teams like that find a way. You know, we got a couple Cinderellas out there, like Minnesota. I like them, but they Cinderella. Playoff time, a team like the 49ers go to the house, they're gonna catch the boat. You heard me? But hey, with that being said, listen, if you have not done it, please like and subscribe to the Let's Talk. Oh, wait a minute. I don't trust the Eagles still. Schedule looks sweet coming up, but I still don't know about them. That's what you do. When your team is somewhat shaky, if your team's somewhat shaky, but what the world are you talking about? Minnesota lost to Danny Dime. They didn't lose to no Danny Dime, not this year. They blew the Giants out. Their first loss was yesterday to Detroit. They 5-1. They only lost to Detroit. They lost the Danny Dimes in the playoffs 2 years ago. This is a whole different team. Jordan Addison wasn't on that team. Aaron Jones wasn't on that team. You know what I'm saying? Gilly wasn't on that team. It's a whole different team. You feel me? All I'm saying is I like the Minnesota. I like what they're doing up there. I like how they playing up there. But do I think they can make a serious playoff run? No. The team that are battle tested in the playoffs will show up when the playoffs start. And back to Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I mean, that's the sweet thing about it. If your team is iffy and you need to get it together, you got a cake schedule to get the right the ship. So you can get hot and healthy and good at the same time. So I'm saying, so when we play y'all coming to our stadium good and hot. Good and hot. You know what I'm saying? While we gonna be, I'm saying, let me show you. Let me see the Cowboys next 4 games. I know they got San Francisco Sunday. Atlanta, Philly, and the Texans. Then the Commanders. Come on, bro. Yeah, y'all might get us this year. Y'all might finally win one in Dallas this year. You might finally win one in Dallas. It took you long enough. But yeah. Shoo. Yeah. Man, we got a rough little stretch. 49ers, we can beat Atlanta. We can beat Atlanta. 49ers, Atlanta, the Texans, Philly. Then we come to Washington. Goodness. We might be a train wreck by the time we come to Washington. Man. I think Dallas winning in Philly against Philly. Y'all going to wake up for Philly. I'll tell you what. One game at a time. But 49 is 3-4, but their backs up against the wall. So thinking we just gonna go to San Francisco and get a W in a game they desperately need. See, it's a game. See, these are the games that don't show up. It's a game that they both need. You got a team that's banged up, busted up, with their backs against the wall, and watch my man go out there and throw 3 picks. And with that being said, I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for tapping in the Let's Talk Sports, y'all. If you have not, please like and subscribe to the channel. And listen, if y'all looking to get your concealed carry permit and learn firearm safeties, man, my man JM is great. And with that, you can use my discount code, you know what I mean, which is hashtag LTSY. You know what I mean? To get my discount and register, and you can register at www.champfs.org, man. Check it out, man. You say 49ers don't have Debo nor Christian McCaffrey, so I think we be okay. By the time we play the Commanders, we be healthy. See, here's the thing. Teams like that, right? Teams like that. Their secondary is there for the taking. So the game is strictly on Dakota. And Dakota has not shown me in 2 years, 2.5 years, that in these type of games, he can show up. We've never been able to put a game on his back. You know what I mean? We haven't. Now, thankfully, Mike Zimmer should have been fired. Mike Zimmer used to be a great defensive coordinator, and he was a great different mind, but he has shown me nothing. Now, the sweet thing about this year, right? Here's the thing. All right, so now DeRon Bland is back. So now you got DeRon Bland and Trayvon both back. So now we ain't got just whoever this miscellaneous person that was on the field getting torched every week because he refused to put Idris Matubliga on the field. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother topic. I ain't even gonna go down that no more. So now that we got those guys back, let's see if Mike Zimmer and Micah should be back. Even though he's no good to us against the 49ers. 49ers find a way to take Mike out of the game every time. So now the other games, Micah will beat Atlanta by itself. He'll beat Atlanta by itself. He loves Kirk Cousins. He demolishes Kirk Cousins. So Kirk Cousins for us has always been the gift that keeps on giving. We love us Kirk Cousins. We own Kirk Cousins. That's the only reason why I'm picking us to beat Atlanta. We never lose to Kirk Cousins. So now Philadelphia. That's gonna be a different game. Now I'm not worried about Saquon Barkley. Forget him. But AJ has his way with Trayvon, and Devontae normally has his way with Bland. So that could go shaky because everybody else has to focus on Saquon. You know what I'm saying? So could get shaky. Like I say, man, I ain't throwing dirt on us yet, but we got to find a way to win at least out of these next 5 games. We got to win at least 2 of them. Saquon packing y'all up. He ain't on the Giants. Listen to me, bro. Listen, I told you before. Certain people, I don't care who you play for. You still that dude. Still the same dude. He didn't morph into somebody else. You know what I mean? But I'm going to get out of here, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I got some announcements coming up soon. And it's like I said, tomorrow we'll be in here tomorrow. Strictly boxing talks tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get into all of that 154-pound division, that one that just saw Tim Tzysu get demolished. What's next for Bud? What's next for Earl? What's next for Fondor? Where boxing going to, man? Y'all know it's bad this year, man. When I was more excited talking about the WNBA than I was talking about remind me, my rant before I gotta go. I gotta rant. I gotta do this rant because I see all of these guys like Joe Budden and Eric Spears and all of these dudes taking shots at Angel Reese. And I think it's crazy work. And I don't even care what you're saying is valid or true. Because see, all of us that do this content creating and all that, the algorithm tells you what to talk about. So you search your algorithm and your algorithm gives you certain things. Because if you look at your feed, you see certain things keep popping up. So if you see something trending, you jump on that trend. So you make a conscious decision to make that conversation. And then in order to make whatever your segment is to go viral, you say certain buzzwords. You know what I mean? Her being on Wild 'N Out don't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Her being on this fashion week don't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Everything she do don't have nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be like, oh, she out here looking like this and she out there looking like that, and Caitlin wouldn't do that. You're saying those buzzwords because the algorithm told you to put them two together, because when you say both of their names together on the same topic, the algorithm will give you looks and likes. So my problem with people like Joe Budden is you trying to expose this young lady for views and clicks. And and as grown men, I ain't never been cool with that. You know what I mean? They trying to establish a lane that wasn't there before for what they're doing. See what I'm saying? So she's doing what she got to do in order to uplift her brand and trying to uplift a situation that wasn't that before. And you or nobody on your podcast have never went through that. You ain't never had a whole nation hinging on everything you do or say. See what I'm saying? If she if she get on a live and sneeze this morning, it goes viral. You ain't never been in that position. So who are you to tell her how to move? To me, that's cheesy. Eric Spears, y'all dudes doing chump stuff. That's just me as a man. You don't have to pick a side. You don't have to say who's better, who worse. You ain't gotta like her game. You ain't gotta like that. But you don't have to get on your platform and slander this person just for views and likes. That's chump stuff to me. And that go for you. That go for Shannon Sharp. That go for Stephen A. That go for all y'all, because y'all did some real wild stuff with this year. Charles Barkley too. All y'all dudes, people that I respect, but y'all did some wild stuff with that WNBA stuff this year. Y'all gave them people tear gas to throw on them women. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna let that go, and I'm out of here. One.